Endurance running on an all plant-based diet the past few years has helped me shed quite a few pounds. I've basically given away all my extra large shirts and was in need of some casual Hawaiian style shirts. Off the fall clearance rack, I was able to pick up these Batik Bay super comfy shirts for $50 shirts for about $12, and I realized that they felt better than some of my running shirts, and maybe I could try running in them, see what they felt like. I'd noticed Anton occasionally running in collared shirts with buttons, and thought that seemed a little odd, but he's a pretty smart guy, so I thought maybe he was onto something. I picked up one of these in a size large, the other in a medium. Typically I'm running around my neighborhood in bright orange shorts, hoping I don't get hit by a car, wearing my Huarache sandals and with a dog. And I noticed that once I put this on to run in, I was getting more smiles from people waving, people honking, and so forth. And I noticed that when I got hot, it was really nice to be able to maybe unbutton the lower button, the top button, or to open up the middle buttons and let the breeze flow through there. Generally, the material just felt better than a tech shirt, and there was so much more airflow through. So since about mid-September, this little shirt experiment has become pretty much the only shirts that I've run in. I did the Columbus Marathon in this one, but it was still so cold I had to wear a tech shirt on underneath it. So it was more just for fun, having this on. Between the Huarache sandal comments from spectators and runners, and a lot of people were really enjoying the shirt, it just made the marathon more fun. And it was my fastest marathon in about 3 or 4 years. When the 4 ladies that I lived with were cracking on me for wearing these shirts for running, I knew I was onto something. Recently I bumped into an old buddy at the indoor track, and he was asking if I was making a statement, trying to start a trend, and I just thought, not really. I guess I'm just trying to be more like Anton. So most people probably don't know who Anton is. He's a New Balance sponsored athlete out in Boulder, Colorado, mostly famous for ultra trail running in the mountains. And a lot of people thinks he looks like what Jesus would have looked like, and super smart guy, studied physics and philosophy, and then became a professional runner. So Anton kind of became one of the many people who kind of inspired me to want to run a 100-miler. I've only done one, but I hope to do more. And he would often say, if you can run 50 miles, you can run 100 miles. It's all in your head, which is pretty much true. So of course now I find myself saying the same thing to people who can run a marathon. I say you can run 50 miles. If you run your first 50 miler, you can do 100, no problem. It's a good thing to think like Anton, because Anton is an amazing athlete, really neat guy. He's into the minimalist lifestyle, and it looks like he's probably mostly a vegetarian as well. So what if I'm old and slow and I really do love driving a minivan? I can still be a little bit more like Anton. I've slimmed down and I can try to glide down those trails sort of like Anton. This year's been a really great, fun, healthy year of running. Pretty early I finished my first 100-mile training week, and then about 3 weeks later completed a first 100-mile endurance run. Looking at 3 of those for next year, and wondering maybe if I should just try to do all 3 of them. So I'm wondering, what would Anton do?